What is going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto. Shout out to the Dragon Riders, you guys. I went to the Renaissance Festival today, first time ever, and I wanted to get something that was called the Dragon, but I ended up getting something that was called the Grand Master instead. I showed that off in my last Bitcoin video. I'm showing it off here just because I like the BCH community, guys. I feel like you guys nerd out or like I don't know. It's a little more personal, so I like that. Anyways, what I'm trying to say. Let's get into the TA. Let's look at this here. We didn't get the bounce off of the 50 that some people might have been looking for. Even if we did bounce off the 50, I said big whoop, right? Because I think the real level that was to bounce off of or hold would have been like maybe a little bit higher, like right there. And we already closed below that. So the 50 level, even if we bounced off of that, we probably would have like rejected it here. But having 4 red days in a row, this is the longest red stint that Bitcoin Cash has had on a daily perspective since, let's see, this was close. It's like almost 5 red days, right? You even went lower there on the 6th one, but technically no. Let's be technical. All right, so four red days here. This is the most red days in a row you've seen since the end of January. Okay, and does that mean that it's over? Maybe. Does it mean that it's not over? Maybe. I don't know. But just something to point out. We haven't. I guess we have broken out of this range. I would expect that we do ultimately go lower from here. We've got some very bearish candles at the moment, though. With this daily, the way that's looking, we are bullishly engulfing yesterday's body at the moment. If we closed here, this would look like a bullish candle. And it wouldn't surprise me, it really wouldn't surprise me if the price did move back up to kind of like this area here, right? Somewhere around like 270, 265, yeah, 260, 270, somewhere in that range. It wouldn't surprise me if we moved back up there and then went lower from there. We've kind of been in this more methodical move to the downside, which again, that's something that I've kind of been calling for the past few days, the past few videos, because again, Bitcoin Cash, anytime, if we look back in time and we see any time that's had a big move like this, let's just go back like to the very beginning, I guess. Big move up takes a long time to go down. Big move up, I guess, you had two candles here, but your big candle happened and then you took like 4 weeks, 5 weeks of going sideways before breaking out of that range. Big move down, very big move down, or a big move up, however you want to look at it, and then sideways for a long time. It took longer to move down here than it did to move up. But generally, when this thing moves up, it has a big candle going up. It does take longer to move sideways or to find its low. That's what I was trying to say. And here, big move up, took like I guess, technically I guess 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, but you came down here. This really happened. You broke out of this overall like range, 1, 2 weeks, and then you took 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then on the 5th week, that's when you broke out again. 1 week to move up here, 1, 2 weeks to move down, and then you move sideways. So it's not surprising that we are taking our time going lower. Unfortunately, all that means is that the upside is a little bit a ways from us. I did, and I have given a prediction as to when I think that Bitcoin Cash is going to find its low. Time analysis, by the way, is not my strong suit. I don't know if it's anybody's strong suit. Guessing time frames is very, very difficult. You can guess the price. You can do that. You can do that pretty accurately sometimes. There's people who can do that like 9.9 out of 10 times, and they can be good, But time analysis is a little bit harder. Like, when is it going to happen? That's harder to say. And my prediction is that, sometime by the end of July, if not the beginning of August, that's probably where we'll see the low that I'm expecting, which again, from low to high here, if we take this fib, where I'm expecting that we bottom is anywhere from about 185, this area here, to, 135, this area here. Somewhere in this little range. Little rangy poo-poo right there. If we were to move it, I guess I could have just drawn a square and put it wherever I wanted to. But yeah, something like that. I bet that's where we go, and it might take its sweet time to do that. This is actually, that's not even in the range I was thinking. It'd be probably closer to like over here. And at the current, the trajectory, that kind of makes sense, right? It looks like that could happen. Odds are too, when we get to the low point, it's not going to move. It's not going to move so methodically down, make its way, and just at this steady pace go down and then up. It's probably going to work its way for a little bit, and then as we get closer to this low, it'll have a big dump down, and then it'll chill, and then it's uptime. Or it'll have a big dump down, and then it's uptime. You know, one of the two. But I do think we go lower. 4 days in a row, 4 red days in a row. At the top, we're not really showing anything. I think that we are at the moment breaking out of this range that we had. Right, we kind of had this little price range here, and we are breaking out of it. We did get lower lows even. We have lower highs and stuff like that. Looking at the RSI on the daily, I'm definitely not bullish on it. Looking at the RSI on the 4 hour, let's see what we got here. Yeah, you had some hidden bearish divergence play out. Oh yeah, man. Even more hidden bear. You had like double hidden bearish divergence, which is not a thing, but that's kind of, I mean, maybe it is, I don't know. You're about to have even more hidden bearish divergence play out. Once, if this candle closes much greener, we have 13 minutes 54 seconds left, so the video will be done by then, hopefully. Talking about you, chocolate cookie. No, but I do think that we probably will have more. We probably will actually form another leg of hidden bearish divergence, another higher high while having lower highs. This is bearish. It's not a good thing. And some people might think this looks like a double bottom. It could be. It could be. It's possible. You know, technically, I guess it'd be more of like a triple bottom. You got 2 wicks here, but it could be a double bottom. To solidify that, you would want to have a 4 hour that closes above this here, negating this hidden bearish divergence, getting above the 50 on the RSI, stuff like that. That's what you'd want to see. But I don't think we're going to get that. My opinion is if we do go higher, we could go up to 257. We could even go higher on a price point, but my opinion is we don't close above that. And in fact, I would even say we probably don't close above 256.66. You know, we're probably just going to form more hidden bearish divergence and then continue to meander in the oversold zone. I do think that the next time that we go into the oversold zone, we will go lower than this, and all that implies is a bigger move to the downside than this move here, than at least like the ass end of it here. I would think that we see a bigger move to the downside coming soon. And that's I guess that's all I got for you guys. You know, nothing too much to watch for. If you're looking for bull hope and you wanna break through the roof and go back into this price range, maybe test the upper areas of this price range, you'd want to have a 4 hour close above 257. That would be your first good look. If you're bearish, you know, get this. I mean, it doesn't even have to have hidden bearish divergence, but get into the oversold zone on the RSI. Keep making lower lows. I guess technically you'd want to close a 4 hour below this one, but that's not saying much. So. Just keep doing your thing, Bears, if you want to keep this going. You know, the ball is in their court for sure right now. As far as buying or selling goes, I was talking, somebody commented and they said that they liked my perspective on buying and selling is different for everybody. And I do want to go over that again because this is something, it's a thought that I didn't really think about. Like, I thought there's only one way to buy and there's only one way to sell. You buy high or you buy low and you sell high, and that's a great idea. But it does depend on your time frame, guys. If you are looking to invest in this thing for the long term, you're not selling till the end of the bull market. You're not selling for 10 years. I mean, buy now, whatever. I mean, like, I wouldn't buy now. That's not my recommendation. That's not my personal opinion. I can't recommend anything. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just my opinion. But you know, it's not a bad idea to just DCA. You don't have to put all your eggs in. You don't have to throw like even 10% in. But if you're just throwing in like weekly money, small amounts of money, regardless of what the price does, if you're a long-term investor, that's a smart idea. If you are a short-term investor, if you're more of like a day trader, you know what I mean? Maybe buying here isn't a good idea. You know, like it's probably not a good idea. Like wait for lower prices to come. It all depends on your style, what you're looking for. You know, like what are you looking to get out of this? Are you looking to make a short-term move? Okay, I probably wouldn't buy here. Are you looking for the long-term move? Well then, man, buying. I mean, this thing could be worth $500 and it's still a good buy. So buying at half that price is definitely a good buy. You know what I mean? So it just depends on your style. I definitely am planning on buying for the long term personally. And I don't think that this is bottomed yet. So me personally, I am, you know, buying for the long term and not like DCAing, I guess, is a little bit more risky, right? That's more risky for your long-term position, but I'm willing to take that because I do think that it goes lower ultimately. Breaking below the 50 again, it's not a big deal, but it's not a good thing. 4-hour RSI looks bad. And on the weekly, I almost forgot this, man. Oh, wow. Wow. You have a first in Bitcoin Cash's history ever, actually, guys. And as bullish as that is, I don't know if it's that bullish, but it makes sense, man. This is the most bullish frickin' week that we've ever seen, ever. You know, it went the highest out of any other reading we've ever had in Bitcoin Cash's history. But the first thing that it did, the very first time that it's ever done this, ever. I didn't think we were going to do it. I did think we were going to close out of the overbought zone, but we had, let's see, because this week we were not in the overbought zone. We were down here. This week we were in the overbought zone. So we had 1, 2, 3. It says 3, but it doesn't count, right? Because if this is the first one, it says 0. So it says 3, but really we had 4 weeks in the overbought zone. We've never done that before. We have literally never, not once, done that before. The closest we came to was 3 weeks, and I will show you where that was. And it definitely wasn't even as strong of a move as what we're seeing now, but it was right here, where you had, again, I'll count it out for you. You had 1 week here because the week before you were not in it. So 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th week you were out of it. So good job, Bitcoin Cash, proving your strength, proving your mustard. This is the real deal. This is a legitimate move for sure. You're doing things that you've never done before in a bullish sense, man. Good job to the Dragon Riders. You know, your dragon is tired right now. You got to let it sleep. We're going to let it sleep for maybe a few more weeks, maybe even a month, guys. It could be a month and a half from now. You know, the red dragon is flying in the skies right now. The green dragon is sleeping in its hollow, but soon, you know, soon enough, sooner than you think, it'll be time for this thing to go forward again. I do think stuff like this, along with seeing like the highest readings you've seen, you know, and then as far as that goes too, like just look at the chart itself. This is a very strong move. Very, very strong move. After breaking out of this kind of whole accumulation zone of nothingness that you had for a long time with very substantial volume, I think just all of those things solidifies that this is the real move. You're not going lower than this. You could go low, man. You could really go below even my predictions, which my prediction is right around like 185 to 135. We could go lower than that. But regardless of how low we go, this is bullish. This is bullish for the future. And what do I mean by that? Just the same stuff that anybody who's in Bitcoin Cash knows. This thing is going to be worth tens of thousands of dollars one day, maybe even hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions. Who knows? If it were to topple Bitcoin, if it were to overtake Bitcoin, BTC, then I do think $1 million price is possible. If it doesn't, it'll probably only be worth like hundreds of thousands at some point in time. But only worth hundreds of thousands is still good, man. Still good. And even if it only reaches tens of thousands, that's still over 100x from here. So this thing just has a lot of potential. And I say from here, if it goes lower, if we were to drop like another $80, you're gonna make even more money. You know what I mean? So this is definitely a good asset. I definitely am excited for the future of Bitcoin Cash. I think that it's got a very bright future, and I think this move, man, it's the real deal. It's the real deal for sure. But at the moment, lower, probably lower. It wouldn't surprise me if we had a green day today or the next day or something like that. You know, we could move down lower. Bitcoin Cash has had stints where it's gone like 7 or 14 days, or maybe not 14 days. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Let's see. This was kind of it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not technically, but 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever, but not technically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, you know, 5 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 there, and then you went lower, but you had a green day, 8, 9 days maybe, whatever, however you want to count that. It doesn't like to go on for too much more of a stint than that. But if you look back at any of these moves, right, small moves, as you get to the end of it, big move. Small moves, you get to the end of it, big move. Small moves, big move. You know what I mean? So I do think that we are going to see a bigger move. And that doesn't mean it has to stop there either, right? Small moves, big move. You come back up, you retrace. Bitcoin Cash is anything but not volatile. It is volatile. It's very volatile. It's a very volatile asset. And then it went, you know, it meandered and then it went lower. We might not see it be this stagnant. You know, this was in that very stagnant range, but if we had a big move down and then we came back up, it wouldn't surprise me if we still went lower. You know what I mean? But I think being 4 days into this red side, we could see a bigger move to the downside coming any day now. So, anyways, guys, that's just all speculation. There's really not a whole lot to back that up, other than the fact that I do think that we're going to go lower again to the tune of 135 to 185, somewhere in that range. If you like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I will see you guys on the next one. Have a very, very good day. Take care. Peace out, Dragon Riders.